Antisemitism is an Abrahamic disease. Antisemitism is not ordinary hatred. Every civilization has hated foreigners. Every tribe has feared rivals. Every empire has despised the defeated. But antisemitism is different. It is not hatred of the stranger. It is hatred of a symbol. In anti-Semitic thought, the Jew is not merely a person. The Jew becomes the enemy of truth itself. That kind of hatred does not come from nowhere. It requires an architecture. And that architecture is Abrahamic. Abrahamic theology made one radical move. It turned history into a moral courtroom. One God, one truth, one covenant, one authorized destiny for mankind. Once that idea dominates a civilization, disagreement is no longer merely disagreement. It becomes rebellion. It becomes corruption. It becomes evil. The other cannot simply exist. He must be explained. He must be judged. He must be assigned a role in the cosmic drama. And that, he Jew, became the most dangerous other of all. Why? Because the Jew was not outside the story. The Jew was inside the story. He was the original bearer of the covenant. He was there first. Christianity had to explain why the Jews rejected Christ. Islam had to explain why the Jews rejected Muhammad. These were not small political problems. They were metaphysical emergencies. If the Jews were right to refuse the new revelation, then the new revelation looked unstable. So the Jew could not merely be mistaken. He had to be corrupt. He had to be blind. He had to be stubborn. He had to be guilty. Christianity developed this structure first. Christianity began as a Jewish movement. Then it had to explain why most Jews did not accept Jesus as the Messiah. A neutral explanation was not enough. So Christian theology created the guilty Jew. The Jew became the denier, the betrayer, the Christ killer, the child of darkness. For centuries, Christian Europe did not merely dislike Jews. It placed them inside a cosmic accusation. The Jew was not just wrong. The Jew was the one who rejected salvation itself. That is why the hatred became so deep. That is why it could follow Jews across borders, languages, and centuries. Islam repeated the pattern in its own way. Islam also claimed final revelation. Islam also claimed to correct and complete the previous traditions. So Jewish refusal became another theological problem. The Jew had to be placed below the Muslim, not only socially, not only politically, but theologically. The dhimmi system did not create equality. It created managed subordination. The Jew could live, but only as a defeated subject, only as someone whose inferiority was built into the sacred order. This is not pluralism. This is humiliation organized by theology. And then modern secular ideologies claimed to escape religion, but they did not escape the structure. They removed God. They kept the courtroom. Marxism kept the drama. A fallen world, a chosen class, a corrupt enemy, a final redemption. And the Jew again slipped into the role of the corrupting force, the money man, the capitalist, the rootless cosmopolitan, the hidden enemy inside the body of society. Nazism was even more naked. It replaced chosen religion with chosen race. It replaced sin with blood. It replaced salvation with purification. But the structure remained the same: a chosen people, a sacred destiny, a corrupting enemy, an apocalyptic struggle, a purified future. And once again, the Jew was placed in the same slot. Different language, same architecture. Christianity needed the guilty Jew. Islam needed the subordinate Jew. Marxism needed the bourgeois Jew. Nazism needed the racial Jew. 4 systems, 1 symbolic role, 1 people forced to carry it. Now compare this with civilizations that did not build their sacred worlds around the Jew. The Vedas do not need the Jew. The Upanishads do not need the Jew. The Bhagavad Gita does not need the Jew. The Buddhist scriptures do not need the Jew. The Analects of Confucius do not need the Jew. The Tao Te Ching does not need the Jew. Why? Because these civilizations did not build a universe that required the Jew as a theological problem. Hindu thought has many paths, many gods, many cycles, many levels of truth. It does not require one rejected covenant. Buddhism locates suffering in craving and ignorance. It does not need an enemy people to explain why the world is broken. Confucianism is concerned with harmony, family, ritual, and virtue. It does not need a cosmic villain. A Hindu sage could meet a Jew without a theological crisis. A Buddhist monk could meet a Jew as another sentient being. A Confucian scholar could meet a Jew and ask about conduct, family, and duty. None of them needed to turn the Jew into the enemy of truth. This is the key distinction. There is horizontal hatred, and there is vertical hatred. Horizontal hatred is local. It says, we dislike these people. Their customs are strange. They are outsiders. They do not belong here. That hatred can be ugly. They can be violent. But it is bounded by place and time. Vertical hatred is different. Vertical hatred says, this people represents rebellion against truth itself. This people stands against God, against redemption, against history, against the final destiny of mankind. That kind of hatred can travel across centuries. That kind of hatred can survive translation. That kind of hatred can change costumes. Priest, caliph, commissar, fascist. Different uniforms, same symbolic Jew. This is why antisemitism is not merely prejudice. It is a civilizational pathology. It is native to the Abrahamic structure. One God, one truth, one authorized history, one final destiny, and one people placed permanently in the dock for refusing to validate the story. The Jew becomes monstrous only inside a world that requires monsters. Abrahamic monotheism built that world. Then it blamed the Jews for living in it. And ask yourself, why did some civilizations meet the Jew as a human being, while others needed him to become the enemy of truth? Why? For more information, visit https://www.reasonandrevolt.com.